Now we know that atoms can be divided into smaller particles, that is electrons, protons and neutrons. Now how do we know that atoms contain these particles? How these particles were discovered, that one by one we are going to study. So first of all we are going to study about the discovery of electrons. Electrons were discovered by William Crookes. By J.J. Thomson. William Crookes did the experiment. The discovery of electrons was done by J.J. Thomson. So, what William Crookes did? He did one experiment with the help of a discharge tube. Discharge tube is a glass tube which is sealed completely, and it is having one opening through which you can remove all the air by joining a vacuum pump through this tube. You can create a very low pressure inside this glass tube, which is called the discharge tube. When a low pressure is created, that means any gas which is filled in the tube will be present in, the atoms will be present in very small quantity of that gas inside the discharge tube. Now this discharge tube is fitted with two metal plates. The metal plates are known as the electrodes. The one which is connected to the negative terminal is known as the cathode, and the one which is connected to the positive terminal is known as the anode. We know that metals are good conductors, so we have to use metals as the cathode and the anode. Now gases are present in very small quantity, that means they are present in at very low pressure inside the discharge tube, and the cathode and the anode are connected to the electricity source, which is a very high voltage electricity source. That means a high voltage current is passed through the discharge tube. When the current is passed through the discharge tube, it is observed that some of the rays start getting emitted from the cathode and they start moving towards the anode. Now because these rays are emitted from the cathode and they go towards the anode, so they were called as cathode rays. What they are called? Cathode rays. Now what was observed, that these cathode rays are always produced whenever we change the nature of the gas which is present in the discharge tube. Say you fill sometimes nitrogen, sometimes hydrogen, sometimes helium, any gas you fill inside the discharge tube, and you change the nature of the metal which is used for making cathode and anode, every time the same phenomenon is observed, that the rays get started emitting from the negative terminal, that is from the cathode, and they start moving towards the anode. Now how do you say that the rays are produced from the cathode and they are moving towards the anode? Now what can be done if some rays which are containing energy are going from one direction to the other direction, and some substance which can detect the presence of those energy particles or the rays, if that substance is produced in the way of those particles or the rays, then they will produce some glow. That glow is known as the scintillations are produced. So what was done, that a phosphorescent substance was placed behind the anode. When it was put behind the anode, sometimes it is zinc sulfide screen is put behind the anode. So when it is put behind the anode and the cathode rays are moving in this direction, then the glow will be produced on the zinc sulfide screen. And because it is produced on the zinc sulfide screen which is placed behind the anode, so we know that the rays are moving from cathode towards the anode. And in each case, whenever we had changed the nature of the gas, or we had changed the nature of the cathode and the anode, that means the metals which are used for making cathode and anode, then every time the same phenomenon was observed, that the glow was produced behind the anode, showing that the rays are coming from cathode and they are moving towards the anode. Now as these rays were produced from the negatively charged electrode and they were moving towards the positively charged electrode, we know that opposite charges will attract. Opposite charges attract. So it was thought that these rays are negatively charged. So opposite charges will attract. So we concluded that cathode rays are negatively charged. They have negative charge on them. So it was thought that some particles are present in all kinds of atoms which are having negative charge, because they move from the negative electrode towards the positive electrode. So it was understood that these particles are present in atoms of all the elements, and they were later named as electrons.